Kevin, I want to ask you a little bit about the architecture of the OpSuite solution and how you've arrived at the solution you have in the cloud-based system. Tell me a bit about that.
Well, we had several requirements of OpSuite. One of those was to be available anywhere, and cloud-based solutions are perfect for that. OpSuite is web-based, so as opposed to an application that's installed in-house that can only be available on your local network, it's based on the web. So in theory, you could access OpSuite from the office, from home, or even sat on the beach or somewhere like that. So that was one of the requirements. Another requirement was for it to be very open and flexible, so that existing systems could integrate with it, and we can offer integrations to many different systems.
Kevin, I understand the system is based upon layers. What does that actually mean, and what are the implications of that?
Well, there's many ways of approaching software architecture, and best practice does involve designing the software so that it is in layers, and those layers can be then tested more easily, and they can be changed more easily, and so on and so forth. So one of the architectural patterns that we followed is one called MVVM, and that does separate your user interface from the business rules and from the data, and each one of those layers can be changed and tested more easily, and it means that the things are much more easy to maintain, much more easy to test, and any changes that need to be done can be done more quickly and more reliably.
Tell me about Prism. What's that?
Yeah, Prism's a framework that we have used to meet one of our requirements. One of the requirements of OpSuite is for it to be very modular and for it to be very customizable, so we can offer bespoke features for different users of the system. And Prism is a framework that enables that modularity. It enables us to configure OpSuite so that when a user logs into OpSuite, the configuration that we've set up for that user will mean that one user will log in and have one experience based on their requirements, and another user will log into the same system but have another experience based on their requirements.
And you also use something called a markup language, XAML.
Yeah.
Now, why do you use that? What's the advantage with that?
Well, XAML is one of the latest markup languages, which is something that you can use within a web browser, which OpSuite is based in. But it's also used as well in the latest Windows 8 operating system as well, and also on Windows Phone. So it's a leading language at the moment, and it's a perfect language for developing a very attractive, fluid, animated interfaces. But it's also got a sort of a sweet spot with requirements where you have complex sort of data binding requirements, where you've got a lot of data that you want to bind to your interface. It's very good for that. It has a lot of features for things like validating data and showing those validation errors in a nice way to the user.
Kevin, sum up for me why OpSuite is so good.
Well, we've taken the opportunity with OpSuite to build it from the ground up, so it is 100% optimized for the web.